engaging and forward-looking day with top-notch panellists, and I hope that it's left all of you with a lot to think about. My role for today now is at its end. It's been terrific to be here with all of you, and I'd like to thank ACSI for inviting me to do so, and to thank their staff, especially Kath, Nathan, Kim, Ian and Ed, for helping me prepare my material for it. Let me hand over now to Louise Davidson to formally wrap up.
Thank you, Lee. And Lee has fallen victim to the vagaries of airline schedules who have moved forward her flight, so she is going to leave us now. Thank you very much, Lee, for it was terrific to have you here, and we await with interest to see where you end up next, what you end up doing next at the ABC. So thanks everybody for attending ACSI's 2022 annual conference, whether you were here in person with me or virtually. It's actually been 3 years since we last held our conference in person, and even though it feels a little bit different this time, I think it's just been fantastic to be able to be back together in person for those of us who were able to be here, and at the same time to be able to capitalise on this new technological comfort we have about also being able to be hybrid and be on Zoom. So as you know, ACSI aims to elevate ESG issues that are important to our members and to investors, and indeed to the broader community, to make sure that the investor voice is having an impact on the way that companies approach ESG. And ultimately, the objective of that is to improve and protect retirement incomes for the members of our members. We turned 21 this year, and it's interesting to note when I was researching for our 21st that running an annual conference was indeed one of the original purposes for ACSI. And the objective of that was to put governance at the time, ESG now, on the agenda in a public sense. I also note that one of the speakers at that first conference that we held in 2002 is here today. I'm not sure if she's still here, but Ros Mackay was a speaker at that conference. Well done, Ros. So we've seen a terrific program today, and in the interest of time, I'm not going to go through each individual session, but I do just want to note that some of the issues that we've discussed today were also on the agenda in 2002, such as exec remuneration and a couple of others, but of course lots of new ones as well, and I don't think that there would have been any discussion on climate change, for example, back then, even though it has emerged as such a huge issue. There's been, I think, a really great number of speakers and ideas and, things to thrash out today. But one of the things that really struck me throughout the day was an issue that first arose, I think it was Mark Carney who raised it in his comments, and it's that issue of capability and capacity to take on the job that is in front of us, but particularly in respect of climate change, but I think more broadly as well, including in terms of making sure that we are able to listen to and work with First Nations people effectively, and making sure that we are able to deliver on all of the ESG issues that our members expect us to deliver on. So I think in closing, I do want to thank all of the speakers today, because I think everybody did a terrific job. It was really interesting to hear from every single one, from the challenges put out by Mark, Fiona and Jeff this morning, to the frankness that we saw from the Commonwealth Bank and Rio Tinto today in talking through their issues. We've made a donation on behalf of all of our speakers to the Cure Brain Cancer Foundation. And I also want to thank our sponsors, because as you know, something like this can't be done without support of sponsors. And in particular, I want to call out our major partner for this year, Ausbil Investment Management, as well as all our supporting partners. Thank you. We couldn't do it without you. Also want to thank the entire AXI team. This was a really big joint effort from my team, and it's been fantastic to see the conference come together. It was really quite a challenge bringing back together our in-person component of the conference. Especially want to thank Kim Eden, who worked tirelessly to put this event together today, and if you could join me in thanking Kim. I'm happy to be able to share with you details for next year's AXI conference, which will be held on the 3rd of May, and it'll be held in Sydney next year. So put that in your diaries, and we hope to see you there. And for those who are here in person, we're now able to come together over a drink, whether you'd like a sparkling wine or a sparkling water, and share some stories about the day and the future. Thank you all again, and we'll see you next year.